What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I am going to do the 2022 US House election prediction because now finally the entire map is complete. I was going to do it, then suddenly the Louisiana map just disappeared for a few days. So yeah, it was gone. So let's do this now, state by state, and start on top with, of course, Alabama. Nothing there, we know it. And Alaska, I don't think it's even going to be contended. Safe GOP. Arizona is the first exciting state. And I do believe that this one is quite correct, but Tom O'Halloran, he barely won in 2020. Now, it's going to be probably more of a R plus 6, 7 or 8 environment. That was a D plus 4 environment, and now we are going to see that seat flip, as well as, of course, Ann Kirkpatrick's seat, because that's flipping. And if you're looking at, yeah, both of those seats were, well, Tom O'Halloran's seat was won by Trump, and nearly the same with Ann Kirkpatrick. Greg Stanton is the only one which I believe will hold on out of the competitives, because he was the former mayor of Phoenix, so that one is probably going to be a bit too difficult to take down. Arkansas, nothing there. California, the big enchilada if it wasn't Texas. And of course we are going to start by looking at Mike Garcia and David Valadao. I think both of them are going to win. The thing is, they won in 2020 when there was not a big Democratic wave, but it was a D plus 4 environment. Now it's going to be, yes, a Republican environment. And yes, their districts have changed. So Biden won Valadao's seat by 13. I still think he will win. And then you have Garcia, who I think will also win because, yeah, as we talked about, national environments. Further south, you have other possibly competitive seats. The 13th district could be competitive. I just don't know too much about the GOP candidate there yet. So yeah, you have Michelle Steele. I think she will win, actually, simply because her district is very changed from last time, but still. And then you have Michael Levin and Katie Porter, who, well, both of these could become competitive, but we will wait and see. Maybe. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do a hot take and say that one of them flips, and I'm going to go for Michael Levin's seat because, I don't know, Katie Porter has actually been a quite strong candidate, though I can't see why anyone would ever vote for her. Colorado is quite simple. New district did vote for Biden, I believe. Yes, by nearly 5 points, but again, with the state voting for him by 13 in the red wave year, this one is going to go to the Republicans. Next one, and yes, we have already reached 218 for the GOP. Connecticut, I don't think that it's going to be a lot of change in Connecticut, actually. Maybe. Delaware, there was actually a Republican representing this district until 2010. Regardless, Florida is the next one. And nothing is going to change in Florida. Republicans will pick up Charlie Crist's district, as well as, let's see, Al Lawson's district. Yeah, Republicans will do pickups, and they're already set up as likely R, so no change. Georgia. This one is quite simple. I think maybe Sanford Bishop's district will be lean, and this 6th district will be safe, because Trump actually won it by, let's see, 15 points. Yeah. And with a lot of black voters really not being satisfied with Biden, this one could easily become competitive as well. Nothing in Hawaii. Idaho is only the primaries really matter in Idaho. Illinois is a very exciting example. So I actually believe that Republicans are going to pick up a seat or two. Well, to begin with, they're going to lose seats, but the 13th, 17th, and 14th actually. Now, Larry Sabato only has the 14th as the lean Democrat, and yes, it actually voted for Biden by 11, nearly 12, but that's not too much for 2020, and this is the Chicago suburbs, so yeah, Trump was not going to be very popular there. Actually, the 6th district could also become competitive. I'm going to start by putting it as lean Democrat, maybe actually tilt. No, I'm not doing tilt. Yeah, so these are the expected GOP pickups in Illinois. They will probably be very tough to win, considering this map is the worst gerrymander in the entire country. But let's go on. Indiana. I know that the Republicans have a very good candidate in Indiana first against Frank Mervan, but I still think it is a bit of a long shot. Okay, so it only voted for Biden by 8. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to maybe revisit this district later on, but for now, Democratic. Iowa. So Cindy Axne is already projected to lose in Iowa because this is going to be a Trump state. It is a Trump state, and this is a Trump district. So yeah, no change in Iowa. Kansas, this one is interesting. Charisse David, her district voted for Biden. Okay, only by 4.5. That's flipping. I know she might be competent and stuff like that, but no, not enough. Kentucky. Yes, Republicans had mercy on Democrats in Kentucky, so that one is going to stay with the Democrats. And Louisiana, this map was actually at the moment ruled unconstitutional, but of course just appeal and get that bullshit away, because if you make another Democratic black majority district, the 4 remaining GOP districts are all like R plus 40, okay? So yeah, you could make it, but you would basically pack Republicans together in order to do so. Maine. Jared Golden in Maine, he is actually, well, he's running in a Trump district, and we all know that. But can he win? He probably can, but the fact that he has a D next to his name is going to be, well, sort of a challenge. And I know Collins won this district heavily, as did Trump in 2020, and Golden won on the same ballots. But this time, I think that Biden and the Biden factor really destroys for him. Okay, we have been to Maine, now we are starting with Maryland. I think Maryland 6th will flip, actually. Because, okay, so it voted for Biden by 10. There are a lot of suburbs there. It probably also voted for Hogan heavily. But if you look at the PIV, I believe it's actually R plus 1. And maybe David Tron is the incumbent. But with the energy factor on the Republican side, this one is one of the first, I believe, we will see to flip in 2022. Massachusetts, nothing at all. What about the state of Michigan? This one is actually very exciting. So Andy Levin's district is going to be picked up for the GOP. John James is going to win that. And then you have Elissa Slotkin and Daniel Kildee, who represent districts narrowly voting for Biden. Peter Meyer, I actually think that he could very well lose because he has turned off so many of the Trump voters in that district. And also the 8th and 7th are going to flip. I mean, without a good Republican turnout, that one is not going to be voting for the GOP. You know what? In 2022, I take it back. It's probably going to be red. It's just too much energy on the Republican side. The next one is the state of Minnesota, where Republicans will obviously pick up the 2nd district to defeat Angie Craig. She almost lost in 2020, but this time she will not survive. Then you have Mississippi primaries, which were just now. That's the only thing that really matters. And it's a lot of talk about taking out Michael Gist and replacing him with a MAGA, America First candidate named Michael Cassidy, who will probably be better. And then you have Stephen Palazzo, who also should be defeated in the 4th district. And then you have Missouri. Okay, nothing in Missouri. That's a red state where they should do much better on the gerrymandering, but they did not. Montana are... yes, Nebraska. Don Bacon is going to win if he runs. Nevada. This one is exciting. Now, the first one, Susie Lee. She has not been there for a long time, so that one could very easily flip. but there are also other possibilities. So this district voted for Biden by varying margins, and there definitely could be a lot of backlash, but for now I'm not going to be overconfident in Nevada. I'm going to say we're going to start with this district. The third district will flip, and the two others are not leaning that way currently. New Hampshire, I think actually that this one is going to flip. I believe, yeah, it is slightly more Republican, and Chris Pappas has not been around too long either. And with Chris Sununu running, with the Republican Senate candidate running, I think we can get the energy to defeat Pappas. The next one, New Jersey. Now this is actually easy. So the 7th district with Malinowski, it is flipping, man. It is so flipping with Thomas Kean. And then some of the others could become more competitive also. In the state of New Mexico, we have one district that I thought previously would flip to the Democrats, but it actually only voted for Biden by less than 6 points. And then you have the 2nd district, who could also be, well, the 3rd district could be competitive, because she is completely new in that district. She has not gained a lot of experience, but I think the incumbency factor could really make it difficult. But you know what, Mark Ronchetti, he's going to have some coattails. I'm saying Tilt R, which would be awesome, because New Mexico had 2 Republican members of Congress until 2008, when they both ran for, I believe, Senate. And of course that was a very big Democratic wave year, so they would not remain if they had run for re-election. Anyway, Democrats are going to lose the 19th district. Let's just get that completely out of the way. It voted for Biden by less than 5. It's not going to remain. Now John Katko's district, that's interesting. Voted for Biden by less than 8, 7.6. He's not running, but he was a very good fit for that district. And then you have the 18th, which is kind of similar, and Suozzi's district, which, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that name. But are some of these going to flip? Possibly. I'm going to say that Suozzi's district stays blue, but otherwise Republicans may gain in upstate New York. I don't know, maybe it's optimistic. We will see. It's still months. North Carolina is actually quite easy. This one will go red, and that's about it for me. Nothing in Dakota. In Ohio, all of these districts will be Republican, but Steve Chabot, his district voted for Biden quite heavily, so when he is not running anymore, or when there is a blue wave year, that will flip. Maybe in 2024, but not in 2022. Marcy Kaptur will be defeated, finally. She has been in Congress forever. And the fact that she is not retiring, no. Oklahoma, all safe. Oregon, not so much. This one is actually, or let's see, Oregon 5th. Kurt Schrader was of course primaried, taken down by a progressive. Republicans are going to flip that one. I don't think this is where Alex Carlatos is running. I think it's a 6th. But anyway, Pennsylvania. This one I'm really excited about Pennsylvania. There are 1 to 3 big pickup opportunities in Pennsylvania. And Matthew Cartwright's district is a Trump district, so that one is quite simple. Susan Wild is almost a Trump district as well. Both of them are flipping, and with Conor Lamb not running for re-election in the 17th, that makes it number 3. So 1, 2, 3. And the Republicans will again be in the majority in the Pennsylvania House and Congressional delegation. Nothing in Rhode Island or South Carolina or South Dakota or Tennessee, but Texas is the big enchilada. The 15th is going to flip, and the same thing could happen with the 28th district. Okay, so 7.2, it's not too much, but he is a moderate who is still looking like he is running for re-election and getting the nomination. I'm just going to let it stay with Cuellar. Utah, Vermont, Virginia. Virginia has been disappointment after disappointment for the GOP until Glenn Youngkin came around. Now, obviously, the last time Republicans had the majority of seats here, that was in the terrible year of 2018. The 2nd district is going to flip back. Now, the 7th district, which was represented by Eric Cantor and then Dave Bratt, who defeated him, that one definitely voted for Youngkin. But is it enough with the trends? I think it actually is. I mean, Trump is not on the ballot. Biden is not, but in some way he is. And I know that she is a moderate, I know all of that, but still, she barely won in 2020. This is a completely new constituency, and it is a very, very different year. Washington. There is one obvious pickup in Washington, that's the 8th district. I can't believe why she's even running for re-election. She should just retire. And I don't know about the 3rd district, Jamie Herrera Butler, if she is even the nominee. Have that primary been sorted out? I don't know. Then we come to Wisconsin, where it's really quite simple. One flip in the 3rd district, that's Ron Kind. And we are at the end of it with Wyoming. So let's take a look at the results, shall we? Okay, so it's currently 246 for the Republicans and 189 for the Democrats. And that is with me leaving out some possible flips in states like Nevada, California, North Carolina, New York, New Hampshire, Illinois. There are more opportunities, but this is where we're standing at the moment. So the Republicans they're definitely going to take back the House. It's really the Senate that is worrying, at least worrying me. And you can also make a case for the governorships, but they are going to stay majority with the GOP. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.